All right. Golf Clash Playdemic announced this morning, 5 hours ago, Max Club Card Trading, a brand new upcoming feature in Golf Clash. Want to know more? Check out the latest article in the Social Hub. So let's check this out. All right. Maybe we can check it out. Okay. Incredibly, a section of our dedicated players have successfully managed to fully upgrade at least one club. In fact, within the last 12 months, 2.9% of Golf Clash players have achieved this remarkable accomplishment. Both here at Playdemic and within the community, there's been plenty of discussion around on how to deal with receiving cards for these maxed club levels or level clubs. We've listened to your suggestions and looked at all possible answers. We're pleased to announce a brand new upcoming feature, Club Card Trading. Once a club has been fully upgraded, you can begin to collect a surplus of cards for it. As soon as you have collected a surplus of either 300 common, 30 rare, or 3 epic cards for a maxed level club, you'll notice a new panel in the club card shop called Maxed Club Cards. This feature will allow you to trade in these surplus cards in exchange for club cards that you need. Trade in 300 commons or 30 rares or 3 epics, automatically selected from whichever club currently has the largest surplus. Receive a choice of 300 commons or 30 rares or 3 epics. The card options will be randomly selected from clubs that you've unlocked and have yet to fully upgrade. As long as you have the sufficient surplus cards for a max club, you can make this exchange once per day. This will reset at the same time as the club card shop. Increased max levels, rares and epics. As part of this upgrade, we're also adding an extra level to every rare and epic. So rare cards are now going to be able to go to level 9 and epics are going to be able to go to level 8. We expect these changes will result in some shifts in club bag selections, which will allow for a more varied experience at the top of the game. I'm going to be here for most of the day to answer questions that you might have. So before I go down and look at responses down at the bottom, I looked at this real quick. I read this and I want to talk about it while I've still just like first impressions. Let me highlight a couple of things here. Top of the game. We now have, these are going to be able to, your rares and your epics are going to be able to go up a level. And you're going to continue to collect cards for a club that you have upgraded so that you can partake in the system. So let's say you started a year ago, and in the last, you think about like when the game first started, like how many people are joining the game now on a daily basis versus how many people at the very beginning. And think about in 2017, February, March 2017, when the game first came out, if you started playing in 2017, those players there and the players that are at the top of the game that have gone for max trophies and they're going for C100, and the people that are trying to get way up there in Masters, they have a lot of extra cards. If you've been playing since the game came out, you have tons of extra cards. So if you've been playing for the last year, and there's a lot of people that have just started playing in the last year, you now have 2.9% of your clubs. 2.9% of the people that have been in the last year have maxed out at least one club. So everybody that's, in the last year and a half is like, yeah, cool, I can use those club cards. Yeah, man. If you've been playing this game since it came out, there's thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of players that have every card maxed out. Every card. So this whole trading them in thing is not an option other than the fact that they raised up these levels. And this for those players is going to be, how long is it going to take those players to get to level 9 and 8 as soon as they get into the store? So if it's like the stuff that's in the store right now where you have to have a certain trophy count before you can get certain cards in the store, like an APOC or a Thor's Hammer or a Tsunami, it may take them a while before those clubs pop up in the store. but every time they pop up in the store, they have currency and they're going to be able to do it. So in a very short period of time, they're going to be completely maxed out and they're still going to have tens of thousands of extra club cards. So this is like looking at what's going on right this very second, but not looking at what's going on in the future. You have a problem here because of think about when Playdemic first started the game. They got no idea that it's going to become a sensational smash on the internet and that millions of people are going to start playing it. I mean, that was their dream. But when they first did it, they set this up and they're like, hey, what are the odds that we're going to get enough people that we're going to have all these people bitching about having these extra club cards? So when they started it, like looking ahead, heck, it's going to take a long time to get all this stuff maxed out. That's something we don't have to worry about. But when it became a sensation and you've got this many people that play the game and you have this many people that have extra club cards, based on what they have right here, I'm going to be able to max out every club in my bag and still have extra club cards as soon as they end up in the store. Because I have some clubs, like talking about commons. I mean, I've got many of them that I've got 10,000 extra cards for. So if I do the 3-to-1 for the epics, for every 300, that means for every 1,000, I get 9 epics. That means I get 90 epics just from every common that I have. And it's only going to take me as long as it takes to get those clubs to show up in the store for me to max out every club that I have. And for those people that are at the top, literally they're still going to have tens and hundreds of thousands of extra club cards that they're still not going to be able to do with. So this is like an immediate fix for people, but it puts us right back into the same exact problem. This is not a permanent solution. This is like a patch, like a bandage that they put on here that in the long run is not going to we're going to be right back here. I'm going to be shooting the same exact video. And for some players at the top, I'm going to be shooting the same exact video about a month after they make the change. But within a year, everybody's going to be back to the same point. You're going, I got all these extra. Hey, I've shot a bunch of videos on club cards, and I will tell you that I actually have a solution for this. You have a common and a rare and an epic. And these cards, this goes to 10, this goes to 8, this goes to 7. You have, let's take an APOC. In order to max out your APOC at level 7, you have to have 200 cards. So it took what? It takes 4, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. This is level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it takes 250, 70, 80, 284 cards. 284 cards to max out your APOC. That's all it takes. Or excuse me, 384. Bad math. 384. So for anybody watching this that's been playing it for a long time, how many of you people at the top that play Masters, when you watch Tommy or you watch Zachary Jones or you watch guys that shoot videos, how many of them, when you're seeing them in their Masters bag, have 384 extra apocalypses? Every one of them. I mean, this is not for the people that are at the very top that have all of their clubs maxed out. They're going to get instantaneously. Their rares are going to be level 9 now, and their epics are going to be level 8. So this is one of those watch out what you wish for, because a big push in the community is probably from people that are in the mid that are just now starting to get some clubs maxed out. And it's like, what am I going to do? I finally got my dart maxed out. Now I've got extra cards for it, and that's BS. I'll tell you what, right now, you think you're going against some good competition right now. Those guys that have been playing longer are going to be able to max this club out, and then we're right back at the same exact problem. Now, for a majority of the people that are out there that only have 1 or 2 clubs maxed out and they're still working on it, they're going to be able to use up their stuff, and then and continue it on. But for the people that are at the top of the game, the people that are spending the most money with Playdemic, you're going to give every single one of them an instant gratification. But a week, a month later, you're going to be getting complaints because now what are we going to do with the extra cards that we have? So this isn't a solution. This is a bandage. And what it is that when this bandage, when we get done with it, they're going to rip it off and we're going to be right back in the same spot that we were at before. You want to make a solution for this? Let's take APOC because everybody, that's the deal. It takes 200 cards to max it out at level 7. When you get 400, and if this was a rare, it would take 400 cards to get it to level 8. And it would take 800 to get it to level 9. And it would take 1,600 to get it to level 10. Or in the way that the game's working, I think this is actually 1,000 and this is 2,000 in order to get it to level 10. If you had a common and it was maxed out at level 10 with 2,000, it would take 4,000 to get it to level 11. It'd take 8,000 to get it to level 12. It'd take 16,000 to get it to level 13. And at each one of these levels above the standard level, you give a player 5 points to put wherever they want. I can tell you right now, at some point, it's going to get to 32,000 to add more onto it. And I don't care how long you've been playing. There's a lot of players are going to be, with an APOC, they may be somewhere in this level right here at the top of the game where they could add on 15 points onto that card. And traditionally, if you look at the numbers as far as like when Playdemic upgrades a card from level 6 to level 7 or from level 7 to level 8, and you add up how many points are in it, it's around 20 points. So they're putting on 20 extra stats, 20 points of stats per level. So if they're going to upgrade the APOC from 7 to 8, that's going to be a new deal. And rares are going to be able to go from 8 to 9. And they're putting on that, let's say they even go in half and they're putting on the 10 points on there, which I doubt that they'll do. They're probably, what's going to happen is it will take people, nobody's ever going to get 32,000. And this isn't just 32,000. You had to collect 400, 1,400, 3,400, 7,400, 15,400. Okay. People aren't going to get up into these higher levels. I don't care if you play the game for 15 years. You're not going to get all of this and then another 32,000 cards on your APOCs to make it level 15. And this gives, and this is absolutely 100% fair. You got cards for your Apocalypse, extra club cards for your Apocalypse after you maxed it out. When you get 400 cards, extra cards for your Apocalypse, not using your dark cards to help out your Apocalypse, but extra club cards for your Apocalypse, you can put 5 points anywhere you want. When you've done that and you get 1,000 extra Apocalypse cards, you get 5 points. Now, realistically, I think a lot of people at the top of the game who are up there playing Masters are going to be able to add 5, 10, 15 points to their Apocalypse. But if Playdemic is going to give it the ability to go from level 7 to level 8, and they raise that up so that all these players need is 400 cards, those players at the top are going to instantly be able to do it, and they're still going to have extra cards, and they're going to get somewhere in the 20-point range. And if they went this way, they could get 15 points, and it'd be something to work towards. And they will never be able to get up into, nobody's going to be able to get 32,000 on top of the 8,000, on top of the 16,000, on top of the 4,000. Nobody's ever going to be able to get that card up there. This is not a solution. All we're doing is putting a bandage on it, and then a month from now, they're gonna be right back in the same boat. A year from now, they're gonna be even worse because people are gonna be back on the wagon. So make the cards for what they were for. You have extra dark cards. You have extra mile cards. I have enough extra mile extra cards. I've got over 1,000 extra mile cards. It took 400 to get it maxed out. Okay, it took 400, 200, 100, 50, 20, 10, 5, well, 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, 770, 784, 784 cards to max it out. I've got more than that right now in extra cards. So that means that if rares can be raised up a level the day that they do this, if we're talking about in the, if we go the same way that it's been going, so 400, the next upgrade would be 1,000. I'll be able to instantly upgrade my extra mile to level 9. And then I'll start recollecting cards for it. And not all of my rares do I have that many, but some of those rares, the ones, I've got a lot of extra club cards. And what I don't have in my rares I can start bringing from commons. Most of my commons, not all of them, but a lot of my commons, I have 10,000 cards for them. Now, I haven't been playing up at the top of the game. So those people have more cards than I could collect at the level that I'm playing right now. They've got more cards than I'll ever be able to collect. So this is not a solution. This is actually going to complicate the problem. It's so freaking easy. If you have, let's go into the game, and it'll be, if you have extra club cards for any single club, then you should be able to, then really, in all fairness, you should have to use those club cards to upgrade that club. So if we go in and look at clubs, this rocket, I'm not sure, I've got over 10,000. My quarterback, extra mile over 1,000. I mean, that means that I'm going to be able to get, with all of the extra club cards that I have, upgrading my rares and being able to then start dumping points, all of the rest of those club cards into epics. It's not going to take me very long before I get, depending on how often they show up in the store, before I get these to be able to use those up, and then I'll be right back in the same boat. Hey, if you have extra mile cards and you've got, it took 400 to get it to max, it'll take 1,000 cards to take it to level 9. It'll take 2,000 cards to get it to level 10. It'll take 4,000 cards to get it to a level 11. It'll take 8,000 cards to get it to level 12. And 5 points, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 points. It would take players a long time to do that, and it would give them the opportunity to figure out where they want to put their points in their clubs. Whereas just by raising this one level and making it level 9, Playdemic's going to put somewhere, I would bet, between 15 and 20 points into that card. And so where does that leave them as far as like how do they deal with it a year from now or 2 years from now when they're in the same exact boat that they're in right now? What are they going to do then? So all they have to do is make extra mile cards usable for an extra mile. Wow. And when somebody gets 1,000 of them, guess what? You can now upgrade your club and you get 5 points. So 5, 10, 15, 20 points. I have to get it to level 12 to get 20 points. And Playdemic's going to give us 15 to 20. I mean, from a player's perspective, it's awesome. But I think this is bad business from Playdemic's perspective because they're going to be right back in the same boat and they are buffing. It's true that the people at the top of the game are going to be able to upgrade all of their clubs overnight. I mean, even if you use this method, they're going to be able to upgrade their clubs overnight and bunches of them. And even if they could get it up here into the level 12 range or higher, we're talking 20, 25 points that they added onto a card. Or Playdemic can give us one level and they can give us 15 to 20 points. Now, it might be too hard because this is an app game. It may be too hard for everybody to have customized information for their clubs. So So technically, this solution may not be possible. But the solution that they're projecting right here, that they're going to do right here, I'll tell you from a player's perspective, hey, you want to give me a bunch of buffs on my cards? But I will tell you from a player's perspective, all of you that are out there that have 5 or 6 or 8 maxed out cards, you go, yeah, this is right, man. You just got screwed. Because there are tens of thousands of players that have been playing this game for a long time and have more cards than you've collected up to this point in extras. And they're just gonna roll right over. And a year from now, we're gonna have to have the same conversation on, hey, what are we gonna do with all these extra cards? I'm not sure. I think this solution right here might be, from a player's perspective, sure, you're gonna give me a bunch of buffs on my cards and I don't have to trade them for balls. I thought the ball thing, trading them for balls, was the worst idea ever. But from Playdemic's perspective, long term, this right here, I don't think this is good because it's not going to solve the problem. You're going to be right back here doing the same thing. You have to make the club cards that are available for those clubs work for those clubs. I mean, and that's fair too. If somebody's got 1,000 extra Apocalypse cards and they've maxed their Apocalypse out, then yeah, they should be able to use those 1,000 Apocalypse cards to make their Apocalypse go to level 8. That'd be 400. And they wouldn't even be able to get it to level 9 if they had 1,000 extra. They went from 200 to 400. The next bonus is 400. The next one's 1,000. They have to have 1,400 to get it to level 10. Okay, that would make it very tight, and people would start. And guess what, Playdemic? People would go to the store and they'd buy those club cards. How many people are going to go to the store and buy club cards for clubs if you've got extras and you're trying to trade them in and it's free? So that means you're not going to be spending any gems. And gems are the hard currency in this game, and you have to spend cash in order to get gems. So, I mean, I think this is bad for us as players. I mean, it may seem like it's great right now, but it's not. It's not. And I think this is really bad for Playdemic. And we have a putter. We have extra club cards. We should be able to upgrade our putter. They've got greens on here that you can't make a shot with your putter. And the way that we should be able to use these club cards, the extra club cards for clubs, they're like, hey, I'm never going to upgrade my hole in one, my down and oneer. I'm never going to upgrade that club. I mean, I'm never going to use that club. Oh, where is it? This is funny because today I got the last card that I needed in my other account to upgrade my down and one. So I have extra club cards on this down and one in this account, and I'm never going to play with that card. But look at the card stats. Okay? If I could upgrade this club and I could put 5 points into it and I could start putting some ball guide into this club, boy, this would be an awesome club. Awesome. Okay? It'd give me a way to be able to upgrade it. And what's Playdemic going to give this? Are they going to give it 1 ball guide? And then it's stopped again, so that's still a very useless club. I mean, they can't go, hey, we're going to give it 2 ball guides so that it becomes a useful club, because then it would be one of the best clubs in the game. I don't think that this is a solution. I think that this is a bandage, and what's going to happen is that it's going to be bad, really bad. So let's see what people say. New levels for epics. Just an awesome job overall. Yep. You watch how this plays out. All right. I'm not even sure I can look at this stuff. Is this the best that you can come up with? Thanks for watching.